Look at this XRP chart going bonkers on the weekly, up over 400% in a matter of weeks. This is in a matter of weeks since its breakout just back here in beginning of November, like a month ago. ADA, interestingly enough, following in XRP's footsteps. Not quite over 400%, but close to 300% and making a move right now. I want to dig into XRP ADA charts and obviously the XRP news today, WisdomTree filing an S1 for a spot XRP ETF. So hit the subscribe on the way in. Please hit the like button. Your support means a ton. And let's just jump into the video. WisdomTree officially files S1 for spot XRP ETF. This is insane news. Because if you've been following the story of XRP over the years, it was, by many, it was considered just done. It was over, especially when you just look back on the charts and you look back to last cycle. At this moment, this purple line being altcoin season, it was over right there. XRP just being attacked by SEC, and it looked like game over. So massive congrats to all the XRP holders to get this breakout. Right now, XRP approaching all-time high area at the beginning of altcoin season, this cycle. So in my view, and there's going to be, I really think, a lot of consolidation for cryptos. I just really think the dips will eventually come. They'll get here, but we're just at the beginning of the move. And this is a really bullish thing. So that's the headline for XRP. Interestingly enough, when we start digging into the charts, it's kind of like leading into this news. We see this OG coin pumping like this. It raises an eyebrow. And when we're going to pivot over to the ADA charts, a little bit of a speculative eyebrow being raised over there as well. But here is XRP on the daily chart. And I mentioned in a live stream last night, 500 billion for XRP is so realistically in play. It's incredible. I mean, for something like XRP, ADA, when you look at Ethereum last cycle, I'm not comparing the chains. I'm not comparing the technicals and the fundamentals of the blockchains, but I very much am comparing. These are top blue chip cryptos that have something going for them. If Ethereum was able to surpass 500 billion last cycle, something like XRP can do it this cycle. Something like ADA can do it this cycle. So for XRP, it's $8.90, and you can just see from where we are right now, that's still another couple 100% to the upside. Now, what's insane is if you measure it from a month ago before the breakout, that's a 1,500% move to the upside. So this is how quick bull markets move. This is why I'm always saying prepare, because all of a sudden you get these massive breakouts, and if you're not prepared within the breakout, then you're just kind of left standing there like twiddling your thumbs, trying to figure out what to do in this fast-moving environment. Now, when it comes to XRP on the zoomed-in daily chart, again, for me, it's very simple. What zones of resistance is there? And for XRP, it's very clear. All-time high is just above XRP. You can see this red line. And really, the beginning of the channel, because if you go to the XRP weekly and zoom out, you have kind of this area where we have a weekly close and this weekly open right here, right around where XRP is right now. So XRP is at massive resistance. And we can kind of bring this channel down a little bit. This is really the massive channel of resistance for XRP right now. And yes, it's been very nice gains. The question I'll be asking on the short term, meaning this week even, there's 6 days, 9 hours, is XRP going to make its way into this area to all-time high? It seems so close now that it just seems like it makes most sense. Just get the move over with, at least test it, even if there's going to be resistance. But the question is, what does consolidation look like? We are overextended from the 20-week moving average over 200%. That is next level parabolic move right there. To give you a sense, it's a very similar move to last cycle. I mean, if we measure the overextension back here, that was over 500%. But keep in mind, that was like the end of a bull market. That was the parabolic end to a bull market. Right now, this purple line for me signals the beginning of altcoin season. And in this week, XRP is making this move. So I'm anticipating consolidation on these cryptos. I just really don't know when it's going to happen. On the daily chart, we can kind of get a sense of, all right, on the overextension from the 20-day moving average, we see XRP currently overextended around 90%. But really, And the moves can look very similar to something like this. You get the pop of overextension and then consolidation, very volatile consolidation. What I like to do, it doesn't matter if you hold XRP, ADA, Ethereum, whatever. I like to go to the total crypto market cap chart on the daily and just look at last cycle. And you can just see big dips of consolidation that are much needed in a bull cycle. That's last cycle, and then this is 2 cycles ago. These moves, you just don't know when they're going to start happening. But one thing that I can say is every cycle they've happened, right? So swing high to swing low, there's 20-some% to the downside out of nowhere. Here's one for 45% to the downside. These moves in crypto are going to happen. So when you're looking at an XRP chart, for instance, on the daily, and it's just crazy upside at the beginning of a bull market, it's just always a good idea to anticipate the consolidation. And I don't know what it will look like. Is it XRP back down to $2 to test $2 range, 25% to the downside? And on the daily chart, it could very simply just look like resistance at this range that we're at, key resistance, and then just a week of just downside. I don't know. But that's a very normal move. It's a very healthy move, I should say, in a bull market, especially at the beginning of a bull market. So let's cruise over. Let's talk about ADA a little bit. So I wanted to bring up this. This is Plutus over here doing some of his Plutus speculation that he does. Cardano's going intergalactic. Are there any OGs who remember the AMA when Charles said he could launch a satellite to run a Cardano node? Is that what this NDA deal is about? $20 ADA will happen within weeks if true. You're not bullish enough. So speculating on the SpaceX news, we can definitely speculate about these things. It actually does, this isn't like insanely unrealistic what he's actually proposing here. That's a very realistic thing. But why else? What other reasons could he have met with SpaceX and have an NDA? But that plays into my broader point, and that is Cardano has a lot of different narratives right now. Potentially be used for US voting system for elections, becoming native DeFi layer for Bitcoin, notable whale accumulation we're going to talk about, the big ADA ETF rumors, which we're going to talk about, TVL breaking new all-time high, there's the SpaceX, Hydra scaling, Midnight. There's a lot going for it. So I posted this earlier. Cardano has a lot going for it right now. But on top of all of those things, if Cardano has similar ETF news as XRP, please take note how fast ADA hits $3. And that's just the thing. We do see ADA following XRP in the footsteps. And again, this is speculation as well. And I think I saw in a comment, why would they look at ADA for an ETF? Well, fundamentally, Cardano is the most fundamentally secure, reliable blockchain that is now making moves to scale Bitcoin as a native DeFi layer. From a value investing perspective, it is like the most obvious blue chip. That's why. If institutions don't get on board here, it makes absolutely no sense. It really would make no sense with what Cardano has in store from a technical, fundamental play. So you can see ADA is up, almost 300%, following in XRP's footsteps, and it makes you wonder, like, is something similar going on with ADA behind the scenes with the ETF? Are we going to see an ADA ETF? Are we going to see a firm file for a spot ADA ETF, just like we just saw for XRP, and we just saw how the chart has been moving? But let's talk about this. Putting aside the speculation and the news and all of this, ADA is approaching the upper range of the bull market doors on this chart. And that is incredibly bullish, because if you're just looking on the daily zoomed out, we get a sense of, and let me actually put this here so that we can really get reference. I don't know why it's not on here right now, but last cycle, beginning of January, right around here, altcoin season kicked off, right? That purple line. So speculatively, if we look at previous cycles, we were putting really basically where ADA is right now, the beginning of December, as altcoin season kicking off. So just look at this chart. Is this not insane to you? Last cycle, ADA at this very moment was approaching the upper end of the bull market doors last cycle. That is to say, this previous swing high into the bear market, that's what we're looking at here. It's this swing high going into the bear market. That's that range. But look at the daily. It's approaching the upper range at the same exact time when altcoin season was starting last cycle. So I said this, I think, in yesterday's video. This area, like 40 cents or whatever, last cycle was the starting point for ADA. Well, this cycle, it's $1.20 as I do this video. It's a starting point. So along the way, there will be consolidation. There will be dips. I know there are a lot of people that just don't like me talking about that. They think I'm bearish. And even when we do get dips or just even like on the hourly, we're getting like some consolidation. I see people that are just like, look, ADA is looking just done, boring. And I just got a comment like that today. And I'm thinking to myself, did you see that ADA is almost up 300%? Can you pace yourself a little bit? That's my thought. But look, we're at the upper range of the bull market door resistance area. I'm so curious now that we're actually even testing right there. What happens on the daily chart even today? 8 hours. I'm not making any predictions, but I'm just curious to see, do we get obvious resistance? Is there a really ugly wick, right? Maybe we test it and then we close a daily wick that's just showing clear resistance. Or are we going to start getting separation? Are we going to start seeing a similar move to the XRP charts where it just keeps going and going? I wanted to make a note on the ADA chart on the weekly. Check this out. First off, comparing to ADA last cycle, you can just see at this moment, last cycle, right around here, ADA was in a very similar zone on the RSI. So yes, it's overbought, but this was just a beginning then, likely just a beginning right now. In this cycle, you can see overbought back here multiple times. This is a second swing high last cycle at this moment on the stock RSI. Right now, we just entered overbought on the stock RSI. Now, comparative to XRP, I wanted to take a moment. On the XRP weekly chart, if we open up the RSI, just look at this. 92 on the RSI, overbought. If you go to ADA on the weekly, currently around 80, 84. So compared to ADA last cycle, at the beginning of a bull cycle, yes. Compared to XRP now, still upside. If we're going to follow in XRP's footsteps, that's left to be up to debate. I'm going to continue just watching the daily chart. I think this is the best thing to watch. There's not a lot of structure on the daily chart right now. You can just see we had a couple days, kind of a few days of consolidation here, and then we just continued bouncing to the upside. And on the daily momentum oscillator, you can just see it's like it just wants to go higher. On the quicker moving momentum oscillator, stock RSI, it's actually coming out of oversold right now. There's actually a lot of room on the short term for another move to the upside, a power move to the upside. Is that the $1.50 target that we were talking about most recently on, I believe it was the 4 hour? I think we had a $1.50 target. I don't remember what the pattern was. I think it might have been probably ascending triangle kind of deal. And it looks like, yep, ascending triangle. And we're getting a breakout right now. Are we going to see a $1.50 sooner than later? The daily chart stock RSI signals that it is 100% in play. So I'll just be watching this. And it's really interesting to see what is moving markets right now and the way that it's moving. It's normal for a bull market, but I would have anticipated, and many of you know, a little bit more of consolidation, right? A little bit more of cooling off, but I'm not complaining. I'm just watching the charts right now with y'all. So let's see what happens today. Massive resistance right here around $1.20 to $1.25. Let's see how the daily candle closes. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I appreciate all of you out there. Hit the subscribe, hit the like if you enjoyed this content. I'll see you in the next video. God bless.